Welcome to ICEF Monitor. I'm sitting here with Thomas Hassett from Gannon University. And Thomas, thank you for coming. And you're also on the board of the NACAC Commission. Spotlight on this decision-making process. Where are we standing in the year 2012 in September?
Well, the Commission convened for the first time this past March. And I think for a little context so that people have the right understanding, NACAC is probably one of the few, if not the only, professional association that has an enforceable ethical statement, policy, called the Statement of Principles of Good Practice. And members, as a function of membership, agree to uphold this ethical statement. And interestingly enough, part of that statement says that members cannot recruit in exchange for commission. So that has been a problem for a number of NACAC members who have been recruiting internationally and have engaging in agency-based relationships under a commission form of payment. Now, up until now, NACAC has largely applied the ethical statement to American nationals within the United States. So this past March has been a big point of departure. And now looking at what has been a growing international interest in stateside education and a growing number of American universities who are looking at agency-based relationships. And so this commission, among a number of things, is finally looking in a very inclusive way as to the implications of this and how it might respond, above all, with the Statement of Principles of Good Practice. So the commission is about halfway through its work. The NACAC conference convenes in Denver at the beginning of October. There will be a meeting of the commission right before that conference, and the timeline has us at what should be the midpoint, with the thought that a year from October, the commission will give its final recommendation. So we're still in an investigatory stage, gathering a lot of information, part of which includes ICEF's response and industry practices. And we'll collect that, deliberate, analyze, and then ultimately put forward a statement, most likely a year from this October.
So everybody is waiting for that final decision or for that final paper, for that final result. You said we are halfway through. So how is it looking? What's your feeling? Where are we standing?
You know, the commission is comprised of a very diverse group. Representatives of various genres of colleges and universities, professional organizations representing the College Board, NCAA. You've got quite a diversity of background, experience, and opinion. It's been a very robust, interesting discussion. I've seen everyone's well-intended, and everyone has one thing on their mind. One point, and that is protection of student interests. And I think at the end of the day, I really I believe that the best decision will be made, and it will be one that will reflect where the industry needs to be.
You think it's going to be like a clear decision, or it's going to be like a on one hand side, it's good to work with agents. On the other hand side, it's not good to work with agents. So you think they're going to give out a guideline, or?
You know, if you have a chance, you should look at the Statement of Principles of Good Practice. There are statements that that suggest best practices, and there are statements that mandate best practices. You know, where the agency issue ends up, whether it's a should or a recommendation, remains to be seen. Whatever is put forward has to represent the profession as a whole and give guiding principles that will allow membership to function appropriately and allow NACAC to still uphold its ethical statement.
Thank you for sharing that information. It was really informative, and we all look forward. I mean, lots of people are looking forward, and thank you for coming here.
My pleasure. I'm happy to support and help in any way I can.